Hi there, it's Orc Tim, and today's video is the begin bit for the next group of missions for Rangers of Shadow Deep. The group of missions we do is a 4 scenario mission. It's the group of mission is called the Temple of Madness. There's a couple of reasons why I chose this. One, it's I like the enemies behind it. We got Temple Guardian, a big boss at the end, and some other things. And also, I like the little story line behind all of this as well. And also, this is the first time that I will be playing this little thing. If you read books or anything like that, or even some games, it goes, if you want to open this door, turn to page 222. So you go to that door and read what happens. It's so many hints with that little blob, so it asks you to go page 755 and you read it, you find out it's a good reason, bad reason, or nothing interesting, so it depends. So that for in this video I will go through the first mission because it's a couple bits better to tell you here. I need to say what companions I'm taking, and also there are a lot of little things to read because this is the beginning bit of Temple of Madness, and I thought to read it like I normally do. So and that's it. So yeah, hopefully this video is going to be at 20 minutes long, but after this, that's it. So the little big bit at the end. So the Temple of Madness. For the past 2 weeks, the soldiers of Anandorn has lost nearly every battle and skirmish they have fought against the fowls of the Shadow Deep. The army has been forced to fall back along nearly the entire front, and almost every beacon tower has been lost, while Cortez, Gnolls, and Undead continuing to pour up out of the shadow. It is not their numbers or their fighting powers that has caused these defeats. It is something else. There is a dark sorcerer at work that is sapping the strength and will of the soldiers. In all the battles, soldiers have reported as few creatures carrying shields of polished glass. These creatures stay behind the front line, slowly waving these shields back and forward. Thankfully, after one skirmish, a brave group of rangers received one of these shields and sent it back for study. Entirely, their answer was found deep in the library of Cassador. The shield were spell mirrors. Somewhere within the Shadow Deep, an evil mage used these mirrors to see and cast his spells during the battle. Along the Wizard of Cassador could find no way to connect these mirrors. They did not discover a spell that could task the evil, to track the evil sorcerer back to his original location. The next time the force of Anandor and the Shadow Deep meet in battle, a consular stood nearby and waited. As soon as she saw a Cortez carrying one of these mirrors, she cast her spell and receives a vision of a long, dark road leading to an entrance mouth with a dark cave entrance. Inside the cave, everything was madness and confusion, and the consular could understand nothing more. Still, before a source overwhelmed her, she wrote down everything she had seen and drew a rough map of the road. This picture map has just been given to you. Your captain had tasked you with taking a small team down the Shadow Deep in a effort to find this mountain and locate and destroy the sorcerer who must be dwelling within. Your mission is certainly important to the war. If you fail, then the little doubt that the force of Anandor will continue to suffer defeat after this feat. So I have put this in case so your ranger knows what you're going. So you're going into a mountain, into a cave. So caves are dark, dingy, mostly small. So ranged weapons are not going to be useful. So I put that into count because you know what you're going before you even go in. So I have put that in count because you know your ranger knows what you're going. I said so. I have no ranged weapons. I haven't got Chloe or my tracker Ariel with me. I have not got long range at all, and that's the main reason. So Nothing more. I will go through my companions. So my ranger. I'm not going through all his details. So yeah, he's still got all his abilities. One is news power. Hero ability is powerful blow. Because I worked out I couldn't have another hand of fate because you only can have one. You can have many spells, double many times, but action hero ability you only can have one of each. And I found that out by someone else reading the book in my local gaming club. He's not too bad. He's got some strength and abilities, and he's very better at armor, arcane law, and leadership. He's got his two-handed weapon still. He's heavy armor. He's throwing axes. He's got the book that makes him immune to poison, and he has one concept of spellfire. That is a potion. If he drinks it, he gets one of his spells back, and that's generally it. So, for the companions I'm taking, the first one is Andrew. It's the Rogue, if you remember, Andrew the Rogue. He's only has proceeds once because he's only got now 11 health. He's on 18, so he does survive the next game. He will get promoted, and well, it doesn't get knocked out, so you get promoted. And this is when rogues are quite difficult because they're fight +1 and shoot +1. So choosing which one you want, it's quite hard because my rogue has more than one throwing knife, because I think having one throwing knife and a dagger is a bit ridiculous. You will carry more, and all my companions can hold 6 items like my ranger. They can't have just one, because there's some people who has a hand weapon and light armor, and it's like, oh wow, so they can carry one nails. It's a bit silly. So that's just my opinion. So he has these throw knives. He's Sunfit Pendant. If you know, that is very good against undead. When he's fighting undead, they're -2 to their fights and -2 to the armor. So they are easy to hit for him, or for Andrew. Well, hard for him to hit and easy to hit them, do damage. So he's very good. He's got the Bone Blade still, so +1 against zombies and skeletons, only for them. He's got a dagger that gets him +1 stealth and +1 perception, and I think I got that from I can't remember where I got that from. I need to double check because I completely forgot. But I know he picked it up. So Andrew's got a couple of good weapons, and he's got his stealth is now 9+, pick lock 5, trap 5, climb 2, perception 3. So he's very, very good for that. A lot of skills. Next one I'm taking is my handmade companion, my alchemist, William Took, our hobbit. He's still only perception 6, so he's not even got extra health yet. So he's got a hand weapon, light armor, and he's got his 4 potion cocktails per game, and he has the other sweet nectar I've got. If you remember what that does, if he drinks it before the game, he has 2 extra hit points, and or he can heal 2, depends what you want to do. He's only fight 1, shoot 2, and armor 11. So he's not that perfect, but he still can be useful, and I want to take him as well, and I thought it'd be quite fun. And the next one is I only have took him once, and that is Marshall. Marshall is our spy. He's the one with the nice fancy sword, if you remember. There he is, shouting. Spies are pretty good. They're got good fight power. They fight 3, armor 11. It's got light armor. They will +4, so they've got a good will and health 12. They got pick locks 3, stealth 3, and I gave him climb. So he's got, and also and they got 1 hero action distraction as well. You can pick one enemy and they can move in any directions your pick. So it's quite different, I would say. He has got a fireball orb, so he can throw that on the floor. Anybody in range 10, if that hits, every 2 inches takes a 5 to the dice for him to roll to kill stuff. So it's like a fireball but better, and he's only 1 use only. And that's Marshall. Other one, my last, I'm taking Andrew, the other Andrew, my battle mage. Again, he is progress 8, so if he survives, he gets +1 health because he's only high health 10. That's the only problem with Bat Mage, only got 10 health, not 12, so has an excellent one, it's good. Fight 2, armor 11, he's got the Fireball spell, and he's got Arcanaut +3. He has got potion of healing, so he's got health potion, and he's got another potion like my ranger that if he drinks, he gets his spell back. Makes sense because he's him, and that's all he's got, nothing too special. And then our biggest heavy hitter, who is basically the second tank of the group, is Gothbag the Templar. Well, I wouldn't call him a Templar really, but he's our orc, dog-handed, so he's got strength basic because they all get strength 4, and I gave +3 in acrobatic. Yes, I know it's a bit weird, but I thought it'd be quite funny, and strength and acrobatic be quite good. So that's my companion. So we got a couple of special gears. I put them on the sheets and sheets ready. I remember to dish them out for once, and that's it. So that's who I'm taking. There's a special rule for the whole group campaign. So when you're playing this, if you lose someone, like how I said, they're dead, you cannot get extra ones because they're too far away. But I've been doing that anyway myself, so it's not a big deal. But if someone gets knocked out or get injured in any way, in the next scenario, they only can regenerate 8 health, and that is even for my ranger. So if they get down to 2 wounds, they'll heal 8. Therefore, for the Templar, he's got 12 health. He'll be on 10 health, so he will be -2. So you can see the difference, how dangerous bad dice roll can work, and that's it. And that's generally it for the whole rules for it. So there's a other little talk to do, journey to your rangers trying to get to the mountain itself or the cave. The pit they're losing suffers is receipt. Sorry, I know say that again. Losing a lot of terrain, suffering in receding weeks. There are still a few roads deep in the Shadow Deep that are available to the ranger. Along with your team, you descend beyond the black cloud down into the twisted road. The map leads you over a long rocky plain. It has few plants and animals and very little water. Thanks to patrols are also seen a rarity. The journey takes nearly 6 days of rough terrain. Choose one figure in the party, make a navigation roll difficult 16. If the rolls fail, immediately select one figure in the party, make a survival roll. If it rolls is also fail, that every figure in the party suffers from hunger and thirst. Figure may not use spells or hero ability to re-roll or use that. After much trial and hardship, the party comes within inside the mountain and sees the dark opening in its side. After a quick scout around, you discover no sign of any guards of any other entrance to the mouth. There seems no choice but to be seized directly into the cave mouth. So, a couple little rolls. So, just hold on. So, I have looked and nobody has navigation. So, that's not really good. The 2 people who have navigation is John and Griff. Haven't got them. And my ranger hasn't got that either. So, it's a hard 16. Well, saying that, I just rolled a 16. So, we are all good. So, that worked out by dumb lucky, because lucky enough, the weird thing is, if I fail that, my ranger has got surviving +3, so he could do something useful just for that reason. But he and that'd be 15. So we pass. So we are just about in the cave itself. It's another little talk for the first now. They're lighting columns inside the cave. The darkness quickly become observe, and you are forced to undercover your lanterns along this main narrow path, you proceed. It's better than allow the creatures to sneak up on you in the dark. From the entrance, entering a tunnel leads down at a gentle angle. You walk through nearly 10 minutes, seeing nothing but more tunnels and hearing nothing but the soft taps of your companion's feet. Then the walls to either side of you disappeared. Approach you are in some kind of a chamber. As you take a few more steps, you make out shadow outline of heavy stone columns reaching from floor to ceiling. A little further, you can see even more columns stretching out in the event directly. Amazingly, in neat rows. Suddenly, bright runes flash to life on each of the column, perhaps offering some clue to this strange complex. Then a whisper laugh escorts around, and then another and another. As you turn around, trying to locate the source, the columns seem to move and shift positions about the chamber. Probably this is just some trick of the light, but it's enough to make you dizzy and confused. As to direct, suddenly a new sound comes to your ears. Heavy footsteps, figure advance out of the gloom, darkness, wielding pole arms in their hands. That is Temple of Guardians, because they got a hell bars or something. I can't remember what the weapon counts as. Maybe two-handed or what. I need to double check the rules. So yeah. The map's supposed to be 2-on-2, 2.5, 2.5. I'm doing on 3x3 because I think 3x3 is better. It's just bigger and it's better. So there are a couple of special rules for the map. I'll just generally show that's how it is. You got all the pillars. You got 3 Temple Guard in the middle, 2 Temple Guard in the middle, and 1 each side of the trestle. You can just see the blue line there. That's the trestle. There's another one upside, and you put a Temple Guard next to it. I have put one extra one in the middle, and the next one, and you can see the other one just the far end. There are extra. I chose to put extra one. If I find out if it's too hard, then I won't put them in next time. So a couple of special rules in this system is, first, because it's a cave, we only can see 6 inches in front of us. So, what I said, long range is not going to help us at all. So bad. The Temple Guardian does not affect that. They can see everything because they're used to from the darkness. And at the beginning of the game, you need to roll a wheel roll or something. It depends, and it's quite confusing direction. So if you fail that, then the first round you randomly move to a random direction. So you'll start 3 inches on, so you can go backwards, left, right, whatever. So it depends if you failed that or not. And after all, is you need to go to each pillar and you roll a d10. So our rangers there, you roll a 7. Someone else goes to Gothbag, goes to that one, then you roll a d10, that's a 5. So you roll for each one. If you get a double, so your Goldbag goes here and he rolls a 7, then you go to this table. The table shows you. So you roll 2 7s. So you look on for 777. Sorry, yeah, there we go, 777, and you read that, and that's happened. And some of them will open doors for the next scenario, some will give you other things. So that's the whole point, is to go to each pillar and then find out and roll dice. When I was reading what's in the book, got quite confusing. The best person to describe to understand a bit better is Ash Baker, who has done a lot of this, I keep forgetting his channel, but most people know him, but I do recommend watching this video to understand properly, but what I'm saying makes no sense. But that's how I got confused, watched his video, worked out, oh yeah, that makes more sense now thanks to him. So yeah, if you get confused about anything to Rangers or reading it, he's the best person to watch, because he's done a lot of the battle missions in most of the books now. So yeah, and again, another reason why I picked this is only Aspake who's done this scenario, and I don't think nobody else. So, and that's it. I think that's everything. That's all the special rules. Everything we need to roll. We roll 1 dice, we're fine, and that's it. So yeah, so you need to go to the pillar and you need to roll a difficult 8. Read will roll, and you can add your reads rooms to it. So I think most people don't have that at all set. Yeah, I don't think nobody's got that, so it'd be difficult 8, most people. And then the beginning one where I said to look around, not get confused, is difficult 12. Real roll, and you can add your navigation roll, but nobody's got navigation, so never mind. And that's it. And that's everything to do with the game. So the next video you'll see is me playing this scenario, and I will see you then. Many thanks. Bye for now.